I think it's fair to say that GoPro as a company is awesome. I mean, they single-handedly revolutionized the entire action camera industry. But of late, they've been in a wee spot of trouble. You see, the Karma drone tanked, and with it, the entire Karma division. And competition from Chinese knockoffs has been clobbering sales. Some of them cost half of what GoPro cameras do, and honestly, they're not that bad. At the same time, GoPro cameras with every successful update have just been getting more and more expensive. But GoPro as a company is as tough as its cameras, and they are going to battle this situation out with... It's a GoPro, it can handle that much. With this, the GoPro Hero. And yes, it looks just like the Hero 6 or the Hero 5 before that, but it is in fact an all-new camera. One that is aimed at budget buyers. Budget means affordable, and affordable this is. This one's gonna set you back around 19,000 rupees as opposed to 30-something thousand for the Hero 6 and 20-something thousand for the Hero 5. Unfortunately, budget also means compromise, and yes, slightly compromised this is too. Most notably, you miss out on the ability to shoot 4K. Your only resolution options are 1080p and 1440p, and super slow-mo. This one can only shoot 30 or 60 FPS as opposed to up to 240 FPS for the Hero 6. This one also does not get the new proprietary GP1 chip, it gets a retuned version of the older chip. But that does not mean that performance has been compromised. I've been walking around Bombay for a couple of days clicking away with this, and I have to say, photo and video quality is still absolutely amazing. In daylight, photos and videos both have stunning dynamic range, and surprisingly for a camera this size, low-light photos are phenomenal too. The GoPro Hero also gets digital image stabilization. Here's some footage with stabilization and without stabilization, and while the difference isn't massive, there is a slight difference as you can see. The Hero gets 3 field of view options, narrow, medium and wide. It does not get super wide, and it gets 4 shooting modes, photo, video, time-lapse photo and time-lapse video. Very importantly, and I especially love this, is that the Hero, despite being a budget camera, gets a full touchscreen display at the back. The screen is crisp, colors are great, and the touchscreen, well, it isn't as responsive, but definitely something I can live with. Another big plus point is that this is the same form factor as the Hero 5 and the Hero 6. Which means that you can essentially use all the attachments and accessories you use for the 5 and the 6, even the batteries, interchangeably with this one. Like the 5 and the 6, this one is also water resistant up to 10 meters, and it has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity. It even has compatibility with the Quick Stories app, which means you can transfer images and video to your smartphone and edit them on the go. A little side note, if you have not used the Quick Stories app before, try it. You can do so much on your smartphone in terms of editing, even add background music, really changes the game. One last thing I really like about this, I know I'm just going on and on about how great it is. Last thing is that it has voice control. You can easily command the GoPro with your voice. Take for instance, GoPro, take a photo. It took a photo, saw that? In summation, well, is the GoPro Hero actually any good? To be honest, the fewer options, the simplicity actually makes it that much easier to use, especially for those new to action cameras. And I feel a lot more comfortable tossing this around on a travel shoot because it is that much cheaper. If you're the type of person who for some reason needs to shoot in 4K, then you might want to go for the Hero 5 or the Hero 6. But otherwise, if you're just looking for an action camera on a budget, you're in luck. If you enjoyed this video, please do like, share, comment and subscribe.